Yo, what's up, guys? Valiant effort by the Raptors tonight, but unfortunately they lose to the Boston Celtics 125-117. Now, guys, unfortunate loss for the Raptors tonight. Now, obviously, we knew it was going to be an uphill battle for the Raptors tonight. No Scotty Barnes, no Brandon Ingram, obviously no Jakob Poeltl as well, guys. Really unfortunate, to see Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes both out at the same time. Both of them with their first game out this season as well, guys. So, really unfortunate to see the Raptors play this game shorthanded. We saw Jacoby Walter starting with Sandro Mamukelashvili. We saw Colin Murray-Boyle start, and we saw RJ and Emmanuel quickly start. And I thought the first half the Raptors played very well. The Raptors' problem last game against Charlotte was their offense. They couldn't make a bloody shot for their life. Now, tonight's game, the Raptors' offense was the reason that kept them in this basketball game tonight, because Boston was shooting the ball very well in the first half, especially in the first quarter. They were shooting the ball over 50%, making a lot of threes. Hauser, White, Pritchard, and Brown, of course, these guys here are great shooters, making the Raptors' life very difficult from behind the arc. And then even as well driving it into the lane tonight. That was a bigger problem tonight for the Raptors, was points in the paint tonight. Boston was a way better team down low in the post tonight, and we've seen Boston really torch the Raptors offensively with their three-point shooting. But tonight, it was the exact opposite. Boston made it a point of emphasis to get down low in the post and attack the paint tonight, guys, as we saw, because obviously they don't have a real big, Sandro Mamu was more like a stretch four, and he had some difficulties tonight with Garza and Keita at some points in this game. So it was very difficult for the Raptors to get stops on defense, and I thought they did a good job at points in this game. They did get some stops, in the second quarter, and as well near the end of the third quarter. They went on like that 12-2 run to find a way to come back into this game. But there were just too many times in this game where Boston had open shots, open lanes, you had Jaylen Brown drawing a lot of fouls, getting to the line 13 times, guys. Hauser was shooting the ball well. Pritchard was shooting the ball well. Pritchard, this guy in the last five games, I'm pretty sure he's had 20-plus points against the Raptors. So it's really frustrating how Peyton Pritchard torches the Raptors, and especially for such not a very big guy to dominate down low in the post like that with that little fadeaway of his. It's really starting to irk me and frustrate me. But give the Raptors some credit, like I mentioned, not having three starters, and then we lose R.J. Barrett in the fourth quarter, turning his ankle, stepping on Hauser's foot. Really unfortunate situation for the Raptors. After R.J., we just got him back after he recovered from a sprained knee, of course. And then after, the Raptors go on this great run. They win all these games with RJ coming back, have a great homestead. And then now we lose him again, probably to a turned ankle. Really losing four starters now is very frustrating, to say the least. But in tonight's game, give the bench some credit. The bench outscored Boston's bench. They outscored them 40-26. Got some very, very good minutes tonight from Jamal Shed, who had 13 points tonight, 4 of 8 shooting, guys. Jamal had some great shots tonight, especially from behind the arc. You also had Mo, who had some decent minutes. Dick had some decent minutes. Grady had 9 points. Mo had 6. Elijah Martin, who I thought played very well tonight, guys, played 15 minutes, 7 points, had a great dunk on Derek White as well. So I liked how Martin played in this game, guys. If you ask me, I'd give him Ochai Agbaji's minutes, and Ochai didn't even sniff the floor tonight, and I think that's totally justified. He has not deserved any minutes on the floor. Martin played very well tonight, both defensively and offensively. So if this kid here continues to play this way, he deserves minutes on the first team here, of course, because he's averaging 19 points in the G League, and he's always playing well when called upon. So I really liked Elijah Martin's game tonight, guys. Then you got Battle, who played 11 minutes, only had 2 points. Lawson only had 5 minutes, 3 points, guys. But even Murray Boyles had a great dunk as well on Pritchard. Beautiful dunk to dunk over him there. Murray Boyles, great defensively, very well at times in this game time, but only had 7 points, guys. Sandro Mamu had 15. You had Jacoby, who had a great game tonight, guys. 7 of 12 from the field, 19 points, 31 minutes, 5 3-pointers. Jacoby really helped the Raptors offensively, filling in the void for obviously no B.I. and Scotty, and then obviously losing RJ. So I thought Jacoby played great as well tonight. Quickly played okay, only having 17 after he played a great first half. Emmanuel Quickly. Second half, not as great, coming off that game winner. Not his best performance, but not a horrendous performance. But without Scotty and Brandon Ingram, we need him to control the game a little bit more and score scored more points than other than 17. RJ had 19 before he got injured with 27 minutes. So the Raptors, shorthanded. They played well, but like I said, guys, points in the paint was the biggest problem for the Raptors tonight. Boston had 62 points in the paint tonight. That's where the problem was for the Raptors. Raptors only having 50 points in the paint. Boston having 15 second chance points, 18 fast break points. So Boston had some good opportunities in this game. Like I mentioned, a lot of open shots. Brown had 25, like I mentioned, getting to the line 13 times. Hauser had 19, 7 to 10 from the field. That guy is a pain in the Raptors' ass. Same as Pritchard, dropping 27, of course. Simons had 15 off the bench. White had 18. Queta had 10. So Boston had 6 guys in double figures. The majority of them was their starters, except for Simon, who had a 15 off the bench. So Boston starters were the reason why they won this game, and it's frustrating. Boston's got our number this year. We're 0-3 against the Celtics. We haven't been able to win in TD Garden since Scotty Barnes' rookie year. So the Celtics just really dominate the Raptors, guys, in all facets the last couple of years. It's really frustrating to see Boston shoots the ball well against us, shooting 54% from the field. You have them shooting 50% from behind the arc. They only shot 28 threes tonight. Boston usually shoots 30 to 40 threes a game. So very surprising that they only shot 28, but they made 50% of their shots, guys. Free throw shot 90%. Raptors did a good job not turning the ball over, only turning the ball over 7 times, guys. So they protected the ball well. But like I said, guys, you're shorthanded against a strong Boston team. You couldn't beat them without Jaylen Brown. Now with Jaylen Brown in the lineup and without Scotty and BI and Yak, and then RJ leaving the game early, it was a really difficult battle for the Raptors to have any opportunity, guys, to find a way to come back and win this game. They were down at 20 at one point, and they found a way to cut it down to what they did, close to tying the game up at one point. So, unfortunately, Boston just had more guys, had more legs, made more shots. Raptors did give up too many points in the paint, had too many breakdowns defensively in this game, guys. Boston was the better team in this game tonight. If the Raptors had a healthy team, maybe they win this ball game tonight. But unfortunately, they lose. Boston had a great game tonight. Raptors had some great moments in this game. Great moments from their bench. This is a very good learning experience for their younger guys, going on the road in a good environment, hostile environment like TD Garden. Guys like Martin can learn from this. Mogul, of course. These guys, this is a learning experience for them, but it's an unfortunate loss for the Raptors. Let's hope to God RJ Barrett's okay, because now without him in the lineup, without Scotty and BI and Yak, Raptors are really, really shorthanded moving into the next set of games, guys. But, guys, we'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this game tonight, guys. So click like this video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Go Raptors, go as always, guys. We'll see you guys on the next episode of Raptors Unfiltered. Ciao, guys.